downtown in Lexington experienced a renaissance. Not only a renaissance in dealing with international people, and there was an understanding that what happened 10 miles away at the Kentucky Horse Park was profoundly good for downtown Lexington, and that hadn't always been the case. More importantly, our community, like yours has embraced this idea. We got an $800,000 grant from the Knight Foundation to have a citywide contest over what would be the best legacy for the World Equestrian Games. And we did many of them, but the top two were interesting. The first legacy of the World Equestrian Games was to revitalize a part of town that was traditionally the African American part of town, which had been neglected. And it experienced a renaissance of theaters that had been dilapidated being rebuilt, and pride of the whole community that this historic but underserved area was returning to glory. And I was so touched that the head of our urban league, the leader of the African American community in our town, said, because of the World Equestrian Games, we have erased our city's Mason-Dixon line. We have ended that de facto segregation, and we're together proud of who we are. Now, once again, look what the horse has done for us. Wasn't for the games, wasn't for the horse, that wouldn't have happened. And the second thing is, as a community that is interested in lifestyle, we built a trail, a physical trail 10 miles from downtown Lexington to the gates of the Kentucky Horse Park. The name of that trail will forever be known as the Legacy Trail. Now, I hope 100 years from now that kids will understand the legacy is from the World Games, that way back in 2010. So legacy takes all kinds of form. I know the third course is coming up, so I got to hustle. But I do want to say there's some further similarities that struck me from the moment I was here, that are the same in the bluegrass region of Kentucky and the hills of headwaters here. Pride in our people. And I can clearly understand why you are proud of being a citizen here and having the fellow citizens that you have. There's pride in lifestyle and in the way of life and things that we think are important. Pride that this is a really crib and bastion of the arts and the culinary arts and horses, and understanding how important horses can be to the betterment of a community and us as individuals. Pride in the heritage, we have that in Kentucky, and I know you have it here. And kind of an intangible thing that is a love and appreciation of the land and where we come from and our stewardship of that land. Not everybody has that. Not everybody gets that. But I think special people do, and special communities do. And I think this is clearly one of those special places on earth. From a practical standpoint, what I clearly recognize is this regionalism. Something we do. Counties in Kentucky are very small. And it's not as encompassing as it is here. They designed this that in 1800 you had to be able to ride a horseback to the town, and if it was longer than a day, then that's too big for a county. So counties are little small segments. And counties still have this kind of silo pride, sometimes a little chip on the shoulder, that kind of thing, that it's just taking time and trustworthiness to overcome. And you clearly are doing a great job with that. There's also a creative tension. That's probably a debate that happens. I don't know for sure that it happens here. It certainly has happened in my part of the world, but I suspect it has in some form or the other. That if we choose to be agrarian and a horse place, and if that's what we're going to be, then we have choked off economic development. And I think that is so wrong, and it's not true, and it's very, very short-sighted. Because I can tell you, and it's what we've dealt with, and we've actually reached a bit of a détente, because too many important entities have moved to Kentucky because they know that that kind of lifestyle attracts talented people. Untypical, uncommon, great, intelligent people are already here and will increasingly come here because of the values that you represent and what you're building as exemplified by what is going on today. In Lexington, we had kind of the Chamber of Commerce president and our version of Michelle, and they came out with a joint statement that simply said, "It's the horse stupid. It's the horse stupid." That brand we in Kentucky should embrace and not let go of, and have every sense of pride, and that's going to lead to every other good thing that's going to happen in Kentucky, like the Toyota motor manufacturing plant in Georgetown, Kentucky, right outside of Lexington, because people want to be a part of a special place on earth. Our economic impact numbers, $4 billion in the horse industry in Kentucky. The Kentucky Horse Park in an average year is going around $200 million and making that kind of contribution, direct income to our economy in Kentucky. This is something that we, frankly, are talking about every day in Kentucky. It is our messaging, it's our campaign, and we're not going to let any business leader, politician, community leader forget it at any point. And I would urge you to do the same thing. Quantify this and talk about it a lot, because it cannot be ignored. So I congratulate you for everything that you have accomplished and are accomplishing. I'm so very impressed. I hope that some of you can come to the National Horse Show that will be happening in 2 weeks at the Kentucky Horse Park, which used to be in Madison Square Garden in New York. It is cool, it's fun, it's the 129th version of the National Horse Show. We do it very elegantly, but we do it bluegrass style, which makes it fun. But it's an example of another example of what we were able to leverage with the new facilities post the World Equestrian Games. So, in my mind, I would tell you that there is no doubt that the Hills of Headwaters has everything that it will take to become, and I think very soon, a true and real, internationally known equine destination. And I congratulate you for the success that you're having and will have. Thank you.